unified heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, speaks out on the current situation between himself, Deontay Wilder, and Tyson Fury that has the boxing world both buzzing and scratching their heads. AJ takes the following shots at Tyson Fury on Twitter. The world now sees you for the fraud you are. You've let boxing down. You lied to the fans and led them on. Used my name for clout, not a fight. Bring me a championship fighter who can handle their business correctly.
And then Tyson Fury loaded up his Twitter finger and said, "You're more full of ish than Eddie, spouting absolute shite. Your full team knew there was an arbitration going on. It was out of my hands. But I tell you what, if I'm a fraud, let's fight this weekend. Bare knuckles till one man quits. Let's put up 20 mil each."
Woo, now that was hot. That was a good comeback. You know, AJ started strong, that was a good comeback. But then AJ comes back and he says, if there was an arbitration going on, why announce to the world that we are fighting? The fight was signed, undisputed. Bare knuckle, you're a good kid. Don't play with me, Luke. I'll slap your bald head and you'll do nothing. Waste man. He said, you're just waste man. You guys know that record.
Waste man. Yeah, and then Tyson Fury had one more round in his chamber and he says, "Not going into details online. You'll slap me about, will you, Dawsa? Please come and try, bum. I'm waiting. Femi, aka Bottle Job, 24/7, 365, ready. I'll smoke Wilder first, then you'll get yours as well."
Okay. That was nice. That's a nice little jab to the gut, maybe a jab upstairs, but then AJ slipped back and came back with a cross right left hook and one of his uppercuts with, "You're not about the bare knuckle life. A barrier held you back, not even a bouncer." You guys remember in Vegas when Billy Joe Saunders' dad was tackled by a security guard and Tyson Fury stood back behind the barrier. This is what AJ was referring to. Barack, I think he nailed him with that one.
Absolutely, and the Twitter Fingers Championship goes to Anthony Joshua. Let me tell you, first of all, you can't really argue Tyson Fury. You know the ball was in your court. Maybe not you personally, but the ball was in your court. Anthony Joshua was just saying, yo, you guys messed up, and you're the representative of you guys, so you messed up. You're a fraud. You knew that there was an arbitration. You shouldn't have been so sure. You shouldn't have been the one who announced the whole fight. Nobody else did announce it like you did, like it's official. Maybe Eddie Hearn, but Eddie Hearn was only going off what you guys said. And that's it. How can you really argue that? So it's like, that's why Tyson Fury kind of deflected and threw it on. Okay, yeah, let's do a bare knuckle challenge for 20 minutes. Come on. That's like him saying when he said that Wilder asked for 20 million, which I don't even think is true. I don't know it to be true, rather. Kind of like saying he outpriced himself. That's kind of like what Fury is doing. He's probably deflecting it on something else, saying something that's not gonna happen. Nobody wants to bare knuckle fight. Nobody wants to do it for not getting paid and putting up their own 20 million. That's nonsense. So you can't really win this fight.
No, that's what happens when you get handed a nice L, right? He has to hold this L because AJ killed him on Twitter. But like you said, Barack, I'm just echoing your feelings here. AJ sat back and waited. He wanted to fight. He kept saying, I want Fury, that's it. He wasn't caught in no mess, no arbitration or anything like that. And Fury did play himself when he announced that fight before. So, I mean, going into the actual fight, look, obviously AJ has to look elsewhere. Eddie Hearn has already made that clear. And we are thinking about Alexander Usyk, who was a WO mandatory before, but they were willing, according to Aegis, I believe a while back, there was an interview, his manager Aegis mentioned that, you know, they're willing to be, they're open-minded on taking step-aside money so AJ can fight Fury. And that's what they did. And they're putting some pressure on these guys. Like, hey, you have to let us know if the Fury fight is going to happen within the next 24 hours. If not, they're going to put their, they're going to go full-fledged in ordering that fight, the WO for Alexander Usyk. I like the fight, Barack. Do I want to see that more than I want to see Fury, Wilder? Maybe not.
Wow, you told the truth. I was wondering where you was going to go there. I thought you was going to say you wanted to see Usyk fight. I'm pretty sure why you said that, because you feel like Usyk hasn't even proven himself as a heavyweight anyway, and I could definitely understand
not that I won't give AJ credit if he should win that fight, but you know how I feel about how they're ranking him. I think he's a skilled fighter. In fact, I think it's a very dangerous fight for AJ. I will give him all the credit in the world in being Usyk, and it would be impressive to me, honestly. But there's still that, I don't want to say doubt, but I want Wilder to get his shot, because contractually he was supposed to get his third shot. He has a new trainer now, working with his friend now. I want to see what happens in that third fight, bro.
The reason why I can't really complain, I want to see that as well. I want to see Wilder versus Fury more than I want to see Anthony Joshua versus Usyk. But the reason why I can't complain about Usyk is because the ranking system is what it is. Hey, we saw Yildirim fight for the title against Canelo, and you know he didn't deserve it. So if he is ranked #1, mandatory challenger, fine. Do I think that there's other guys that should probably get it because they were Andy Ruiz? Why not? You know, Luis Ortiz.
AJ took care of that already. AJ took care of that shutout in the rematch.
Yeah, but you know, it's just like Luis Ortiz. He lost to Wilder, and what did he do? He fought some other fights and he came back. You know, so it's not to say that you can't come back. All right, fine. Andy Ruiz, fight somebody else. Fight Joseph Parker, rematch that, win that, maybe, and then you can get somebody like Joshua. But, like you said, I too am waiting for the trilogy instead.
Thanks for watching this video. Please do subscribe All Media New York.